In grade 8, I experienced something that changed the way I worked in school. It was another boring school day. I was an okay student in class and would usually complete all my work. Most days were the same: wake up at 7 AM, arrive at school at 8, go to my classes and daydream, and of course do my work. But there was one class that I would just not try at all: my math class. See, when I was younger, I severely struggled with maths and would get the same awful grades every year. D's and E's were my grades for most of my primary years and some of my high school years. So when I hit grade 8, I'd completely lost all hope in improving my math skills. I would sit at the very back of the classroom and mess about with my friends. I was loud and obnoxious and was focusing on anything else other than maths. As you can probably already tell, my relationship with my teacher was not very good. I wouldn't take any of her advice she would give me to improve on my math skills. She would be talking to me through one ear and it would just come out the other. I just lost all hope and didn't bother trying because I felt I would just let myself down. Then one day, my teacher finally snapped. After I'd been messing about with my friends, she yelled at me from across the classroom. "Why are you like this? Why do you think it's okay to disturb others? If you want to act like this, then you can leave, because I'm sick of it." My mouth had finally stopped chatting away to my friends. I could feel my heart pounding through my chest. I wanted to say something back to her. I wanted to say something so mean that it would make her cry. But I couldn't. I knew she was right. Everything that she said to me that day were words that I needed to hear. Even though I felt so ashamed and embarrassed, someone had to say something to me. For the rest of that school day, I didn't say a single word to anyone. I kept my head low and my back hunched over. What my teacher said to me was playing over and over in my head. It was like a song that never stopped. I went home that day, acted like nothing had happened. I had dinner, watched some TV with my parents, did my homework, and then I went to bed. But I didn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. The guilt was starting to kick in. I knew that I had made my math teacher hate her job. That's why she had snapped. She had had enough of hearing my voice talk over hers when she was trying to teach. I woke up the next morning dreading going to school. I kept my head down in pretty much all my classes and didn't say a word to anyone, including my friends. It eventually was time for math class. I walked in silently, not making eye contact with anyone, including the teacher. I sat down in my seat, slouched over. My friends were talking to me, but I ignored them. I put my head on the desk and closed my eyes, waiting patiently for the class to finish. I heard the bell ring and I popped back up, packed up my things, and proceeded to walk out the class. But as I stepped out the doorway, I stopped. Something came over me. I walked back into the classroom and slowly made my way over to the teacher. I stuck my hand out with my head hung low and said, "I'm sorry, miss." She looked at my hand and proceeded to shake it. She said to me, "I am also sorry. I should not have lashed out like that." I looked her in the eye and gave her a little smile. I nodded and proceeded to walk out the class. I felt happy. I felt proud that I apologized, and I was also surprised that she apologized too. From that day forward, I worked harder in all my classes. I didn't go from getting E's in maths to A's straight away, but I made improvement. I'm now extremely grateful to that teacher for helping me get back on the right track. I learned that day that in life, you won't magically become successful just by sitting around. You have to actually put in time and energy into your goals to achieve them.